First things first, what is the domain of a quadratic? When we have an equation, we do not have any restrictions. It's like we have a graph with arrowheads, and we said when we have arrowheads, it goes forever to the left, forever to the right. Okay, so you could graph it in Desmos and take a look at it, or what we know about continuous quadratics verbally. What is the domain? So, what do you think it is? What do we always verbally start off our domain and range with? I'll help you out. All real numbers. Okay. Now, it's all real numbers. Do we restrict it? Do we say less than or greater than anything? And I'll tell you, for domain, the answer is no. Now, we covered that on the notes. This is just a quick little reminder about this. So again, it's all real numbers. You could graph that and see it that from left to right. It does not end. It has no restrictions. Make sure your name's on it. I'm going to pick it up. We're going to start these notes. Okay. We are doing quadratic transformation. You got it. All right, thank you very much. Now, at the top there, the very first blank, the most simple quadratic function is, you can write y equals x squared. I'm going to put it up on the board here in a second, but y equals x squared. Okay, so let me pull it up. Here we go. So the most simplistic quadratic equation is y equals x squared, okay? Meaning there's no extra x's, no extra numbers, it's just the least amount of stuff to make it quadratic, to make a parabola, to make that U shape that looks like this. Okay, this is known as the parent function. Today we're talking about taking that parent and messing with it, changing it, shifting it, changing the size or the position. So make sure you've written that information down, and we're going to use Desmos to fill in all of these tables, graphs, and verbal transformation. Let's pull up Desmos. Cool. Now, looking at this, don't ask me why it starts on number 7, because I didn't make it. There we go. Number 7, which should be number 1. X plus 2 in parentheses squared. Okay? Now, does everyone see that there's already a parent function, right? You don't got headphones, do you? Hey! All right. So it starts the vertex right here at the origin 0, 0. Well, I'm going to do that on Desmos just so I can have it, y equals x squared. And then I'm going to have what I just saw here, y equals, in parentheses, x plus 2 squared. So you start off with this purple one. All right. And then we end up with this black one. So which way did this purple one shift? Left, right? From the purple at the center to the black one, it shifted 2 to the left. No. You started here. That's the parent. And then this black one shifts 2 to the left. Okay, so now, that's kind of weird, right? Left is usually where all the negative numbers are, but in my equation, there was a plus 2. So normally you would think plus 2 goes to the right. Well, off to the left here, I want you to write something for me. And this is a concept I'm going to reference a lot. It's called insider's lie. Have y'all heard that before? Could be from your slim teacher or another teacher. Insider's lie. What do I mean by that? Okay. Y'all ever seen Spy Kids or heard of like 007, James Bond, or any other spy movie? Okay. What do spies do? Well, they try to infiltrate and get inside of somewhere. And to get inside, they have to have some sort of deception, right? They got to have a mask or a fake badge or something, right? So here's the deal. Spies, to get inside, they lie. That's the way it works. Cool? So that's what you want to think about. Inside the parentheses, the only way they got in there is by lying. Cool? Another way to think about it is there's an X inside. And haven't you ever had an X that lied? Maybe. All right. Well, anyways, another way to think about it is X lies on the inside. You could say, and then other things you got to know is that it's the lying is horizontal from left to right. Cool. So insiders lie. I see a plus sign. I'm going to turn it in my brain into a minus sign, which I know means left to right. Well, that's left too. Okay. Now on Desmos, when you're over here, you click the little gear, and then this like table icon, and it's going to give you a table. And we're going to fill that in right here. So we got -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Cool, cool, cool. And then over here, 0, 1, 4, 9, 16. All right. So we said that it shifted 2 to the left. So I want you to sketch that, okay? Everyone, like this parabola, the vertex is here. I want you to move 2 to the left, put a point there at -2, 0. And then, -1, 1, 0, 4. Oh, my bad. -1, 1 is here. 0, 4 is up here. Do your best sketch, but it should look like you have your original, and then you moved it 2 to the left, okay? And then what are we going to say off to the left here? That it shifted 2 to the left. It shifted 2 to the left because inside the parentheses, the insiders lie. Try to make sure you turn your. Ooh, I'm running low on battery. All right. So make sure you got that down. All right, let's keep going. Now, look at number 8. Does this have parentheses? No. So that +5 is not an insider. It's not left or right. Okay? So again, if there's no parentheses, it's not an insider, it's not left or right. That one's going to be up or down, vertical. Okay? I'll show you on the Desmos. Okay? So on Desmos here, we type y equals x squared plus 5. Now from this purple one to this green one, you can see it literally went up 5. Okay, so that's vertical change, right? I'm gonna hit this gear, hit the table button. Let's go ahead and fill in this table, okay? -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. And then 9, 6, 5, 6, 9. And you want to plot those points and try to graph shifted up. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -1, 6, -2, 9. It's kind of off the grid, but basically you could sketch your best sketch and it should look like it shifted up 5. You cannot draw a nice one. Sheesh. All right, whatever, that's my best shot. So how do I verbally describe this to you? Well, instead of shifting left or right, off to the left here, we can say outsiders don't lie. When I say outsiders, I mean no parentheses, off to the right, that's no lie. Why outside? And then this is vertical. Cool. So let's go and write our transformation that it went up, shifted, up 5. Oh, shifted. Don't forget that F. Whew. All right, we good? That was number 8. Now what about number 9? Now we're combining an insider and an outsider. So without even graphing it in Desmos, we could probably figure out these transformations, right? So look, we said insiders lie left to right. So when I see this insider of +1, is that going to go left or right? What do y'all think? Left, okay? Plus usually means right, but it's a liar inside the parentheses, so it means left 1. Okay, so shifted left 1. And then, oh my gosh, I keep spelling that wrong, and that's not on purpose. Oh, where else did this shift? Where did that -6 go? Up, down, left, right? What do you think? It's an outsider. It's vertical. So is it up or down? Point up or down, whichever way you think. Okay, so okay, so down 6. It is not a lie outside the parentheses. Therefore, minus does mean down. Okay, it's only opposite in the parentheses. Cool. Now, there's a pen over there on the table. All right, so let's go ahead and Desmos it, but I need that back, please. All right, let's Desmos this thing. Okay, so y equals x plus 1 minus 6. So did it shift left 1 down 6? Yep, it did. So I click the little gear table. Now I can fill this in. And now I got negative cool. So let's go ahead and plot those points and make a nice graph that's been shifted left 1 and down 6. Left 1, down 6. -2, -5, -1, -6, 0, -5, 1, -2, 2, 3. The main thing is, do you have your vertex in the right spot, and can you sketch a graph? Cool. Do your best. That's it for number 9. Now, number 10. Okay. On number 10, once again, there's a shift and a shift, but y'all see this minus sign in front? What could that minus sign do to my graph, right? So when I think of quadratic, x squared, it kind of looks like this. Look at my face, ready? A big smile, right? Everyone, do a big smile. Look at all these happy faces. But guess what a negative does? It makes you think negatively, and it makes that smile go upside down and make a frown, like this. All right, does that make sense? Positive is smiley, negative is frowny. All right. Those are my eyebrows. Positive, but so sad. Anyways, that's what it looks like. So when I see this negative sign here, I know I'm going to move it 2 ways, and then it's got to go down instead of up. So real quick, the -4 is an insider, so it's a lie. It really means +4. So is that left or right? Point. Well, so negative means positive, so that's right. Okay, right 4. And then the +1 is not a lie. It's up or down. Well, it's up. So it goes right 4, up 1, and it's negative. So the word we use is reflection. It reflects downward. Okay. So the way you would say it over here, it reflects across the x-axis. And shifts, spelled it right 4 and up 1. So again, without even my table, I could go right 4, up 1, and then I could sketch it going down because that's what this negative does right here. Okay? That's the idea. But just to make sure I got the right numbers, let's get this going right here. Y equals -x minus 4 squared plus 1. Hit the gear and the table. Let's go ahead and fill this in real quick. Now, some of these numbers may not be on the grid. Fine. You could also change the values of your table. So the only thing that really fits is 1, -8, 2, -3, 1, -8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, -3, 1, 2, 3. You know, my sketch is not perfect. It is what it is. Okay. All right. Anyone still need 9 and 10? Okay, we're gonna move a tad faster here. So I think you get the idea. I'm gonna show you these next two as they are, answer-wise, okay? Check this out. You can just write these down, but if the number in front of x, coefficient number in front of x is greater than 1, it's going to stretch and narrow. If it is less than, it's between 0 and 1. Well, if it's less than 1 and positive, it will compress, widen. Okay? So I want you to notice that on number 11, there's a 3 in front. 3 makes it go like this, like you're stretching it up and down, like a piece of slime or something. What happens when you stretch something vertically? It gets narrower on the middle, right? It gets skinnier, as it were. So it stretches upward, gets narrower, and then that -7 moved it down 7. So here's your table, and here's your parent and new graph. But on number 12, you have a bunch of stuff going on. A negative sign, so it flips over the x-axis. You have a 1/2, which is less than 1, so it's going to compress it. Think about like you're holding an accordion like this, sideways. When you squeeze it down, it's like getting wider, okay? And of course, I moved right 3 down 2. Insiders lie, outsiders don't. Make sure you get that down, please. And then we're going to get to the final, most important part of the notes below. Okay, all ready? Okay, does anyone still need this? Yes? It's okay. Need it? Okay. Okay. Ready? Here's the next part. This is what we need to know for today, okay? This is the most important part. Put it together, okay? So first thing we talked about, insiders lie. Horizontal shift, plus means left, minus means right. Very important that it's opposite. Vertical, plus is up, minus is down. If there's a negative, that reflects over the x-axis, smile becomes frown. If that first number is greater than 1, it stretches and makes it thinner. If that first number is less than 1 but positive, it's going to compress it, make it look wider. I want you to copy this down, and then I want you to try the bottom 8. You try those, try to make an equation based on what they are, and we'll talk about it together. Copy that. Try the bottom 8. Let's talk about it. Talk about it. Okay, so that first one on the notes. The first one says 2 to the right, right? There, translated 2 units right. So remember, left and right is insiders, and they lie. So right usually means plus, so we're going to put a -2 in parentheses. 5 units up and down is an outsider. It does not lie, so 5 units up would be +5. So we can put, just like this, number 13 is x minus 2 in parentheses squared, because that's left and right, liars. And then 14 translated 5 units up is after the squared +5, right? What about 3 units left, 4 units down? What about 7 units right, 4 units up? Try the next two. See if you can put them in a equation. All right, so those two, left means plus sign, down is minus, 7 right is minus inside, 4 up is plus on the outside. Okay, and here's the last 4. just remember, anytime it says reflected over x, reflected over x, 17, 18, 20, they got to have that minus sign because it's got to be reflected, okay? If it only goes down, there's no parentheses, down 3. 5 right is a lie inside, so minus 5. 2 down, no lie, minus 2. Notice, when it says compress, you think compress goes down, that's less than 1, so 1/3. 8 up is plus 8. Stretched, you think of going up, stretching, getting thinner by a factor of 2, so the 2 goes in front. The reflection makes it negative. Insiders lie, left is plus 4, okay? Make sure you have all that written down. I'm going to pass out your assignment that you can start on, but we're going to have time Monday to really work on it. You got a little bit of time today, okay? Talk to you.